Hello and welcome to my channel, I Want to Lose Gaming. MiHoYo has dropped a truckload of information on us with their recent 1.5 livestream, and one of the things that I'm looking forward to the most are the new artifacts. So if you're into numbers like I am, in this video I'll be providing an analysis on these new artifacts, how they perform compared to the current existing artifacts, and also how I plan to use them. Starting with the Tenacity of the Millelith, this artifact set's 2-piece bonus provides 20% HP, and its 4-piece bonus provides the entire party with 20% attack and 30% increased shield absorption if the user does damage with their elemental skill. Now this buff is very short, lasting only 3 seconds, and its application has a 0.5 second cooldown. Now we don't know yet if the 4-piece buff stacks with itself, but I'm going to assume that it doesn't. If it does stack with itself, then this artifact set will be literally the most broken thing in the game, adding up to 120% attack, so I'm assuming that it doesn't stack. Anyway, this is clearly a support set that seems to be tailor-made for support Zhongli. So let's start with a quick analysis of how impactful this is on Zhongli. Assuming your Zhongli has 30,000 HP at level 80 with level 9 talent for his shield, his HP will go up to 32,593 and his shield absorption will go up from 13,551 to 18,717. This is a massive 38% increase to his shield absorption capabilities. Unlike the Bolide set, which only increases shield absorption for the character that has it equipped, the upcoming Tenacity of the Millelith improves the shield absorption even if the user is off field. So we finally have a decent shield support artifact set that actually boosts the power of the shield. On top of this, the 20% attack buff is basically free damage for the entire team, so if you are on a budget and can't farm a powerful Geo burst damage artifact set for Zhongli, then you can farm a bunch of really mediocre HP main stat pieces for the timepiece, goblet, and circlet. Just level them up to 16 and slap them on Zhongli for a really cheap beefy shield, and also a really cheap way to boost your party's damage with that 20% attack buff. So who else do I think this artifact set will be good on? I think another obvious choice is a physical damage amplifying support Xinyan. Xinyan stands out because she makes a shield, and her shield also pulses pyro damage, at least with her level 3 shield up. Her shield will also absorb more, and she'll provide another 20% attack for her team on top of the physical damage bonus she provides and the physical resistance shred if you have her constellation. So this is basically just another free 20% damage if you use Xinyan as a damage amplifier for another physical DPS character. Interestingly, I also think Fischl will be a good user of this artifact set, but only as a support character for a physical main DPS shielder like Crescent Pike Zhongli, or even a physical main DPS Xinyan. Fischl provides a never-ending stream of off-screen electro skill damage for both Superconduct and the 4-piece Millelith set bonus. Funnily enough, the shield absorption boost will also help Zhongli's shield, and will also provide Zhongli with the 20% attack buff as well. Now, it does lower Fischl's own damage by around 16% when compared to if you're using the Gladiator's 2-piece plus 2-piece electro damage artifact set, Thundering Fury, so do keep that in mind, but it also ends up adding a ton of durability to Zhongli's shield, as well as a 5 to 9% increase in Zhongli's total damage. And if Zhongli is your main source of damage as a physical damage dealer, then it could be worth sacrificing a little bit of damage on Fischl to beef up Zhongli's damage as well as his shield's durability. Another character that can have 100% uptime with this is Albedo. Albedo will also provide Crystallize to make some shields for the shield bonus absorption as well. And another sleeper pick for this is actually Qiqi. So if you don't want to lose damage on Fischl, you can run Qiqi as your Superconduct cryo support for Zhongli, and Qiqi's E does intermittent cryo damage, and she'll actually have pretty reasonable uptime on the 4-piece buff, and she also provides, unparalleled amounts of healing without sacrificing damage on your Fischl if, your team happens to be Zhongli, Fischl, and Qiqi. So yeah, that about covers it for the 4-piece Millelith set. Of course, you can run it on a few other characters, but those were the characters that stood out to me, and they will be the ones ones that I will be trying this set out on when it's released. Next, we have the Pale Flame set. The 2-piece set bonus provides 25% physical damage, and the 4-piece set bonus works as follows. If you hit an enemy with an elemental skill, your attack is increased by 9% for 7 seconds with a cooldown of 0.3 seconds for applying the stacks. You can stack this twice, and at 2 stacks, you gain an additional 25% physical damage. So basically with a 4-piece set bonus, at 2 stacks, this artifact set provides 18% attack and 50% physical damage. Speaking of Zhongli this whole time, interestingly, one of the better users for this set is physical damage Zhongli. Let's compare it to his current best option. Assuming you're using a Refinement 5 Crescent Pike, then here are the numbers you can expect. In total, the Pale Flame set provides around an 11% total increase in Zhongli's physical damage output when compared to his OG best option, the 2-piece Gladiators and 2-piece Bloodstained. In terms of gaining the stacks for the Pale Flame, Zhongli's Hold E, which you would do to initiate most fights to gain the shield for the Resistance Shred, as well as for the durability. The Hold E portion procs the first stack, and then his Pillar's Pulse will proc the second stack 2 seconds later. So Zhongli actually has one of the fastest ramp-up times for the 4-piece set bonus. Speaking of ramp-up time, Fischl might have one of the fastest ways to get to 2 stacks for the 4-piece set bonus. So for physical DPS Fischls that might be running the Rust, this should be a great artifact set for her. Needless to say, the upcoming character End User License Agreement, or EULA for short, should be able to make great use of this artifact set as well. The next thing this set provides is that even for characters that can't practically use this 4-piece set bonus but are also physical damage dealers, you can always run 2-piece Bloodstained and 2-piece Pale Flame for an always up 50% physical damage bonus. So this is ideal if you A, don't like the ramp up time, or if your substats are much better when mixing and matching the 2 sets. You only lose 18% attack by mixing 2-piece Bloodstained with the 2-piece Pale Flame when compared to the 4-piece Pale Flame, and also you don't have any ramp up time for the bonus physical damage. Such characters include Razor, who can't proc the 4-piece set bonus, but he takes about 6 seconds to do so, and if you mess up your timing, you'll miss the window. At which point I would actually recommend the 2-piece Pale Flame and 2-piece Bloodstained over the 4-piece Pale Flame for Razor specifically. Crescent Pike Xiangling should also be able to proc the 2-piece set bonus, but like Razor, I think the mix set will be better, since Xiangling with the Crescent Pike probably isn't often using Guobot to begin with. And one important fact about these 2 new artifact sets is that they should be in the same domain. Funnily enough, if you have Zhongli, which I highly recommend pulling for if you don't have him, and if you have Fischl, then you can actually just farm this dungeon for both of them. For example, you can slap the Pale Flame on Crescent Pike Zhongli, and you can slap the Millelith on Fischl to boost Zhongli's shield and damage output. I'm also quite positive that Zhongli plus Fischl, with literally any crowd support for Superconduct, will be able to clap pretty much anything in the game, even with their free-to-play setups. And this is all by just farming one dungeon. So just by farming this one dungeon for both of these artifact sets, you should be able to power up both of them substantially and form a really strong physical DPS core that should be able to handle pretty much anything. Now, please keep in mind that physical DPS Zhongli is not nearly as broken as characters like Ganyu or Hu Tao, at least for damage output specifically, but he is an extremely good option and very free-to-play friendly if you're able to get him, since one of his best weapon choices is the Crescent Pike. And if you're around for that Stars event, you should have Fischl as well. So there you go. My thoughts on the new artifact sets that will be coming in 1.5. Hopefully you've saved up some fragile resin and have reached AR45 to be able to farm the heck out of this new domain when it rolls around. What do you guys think about these new artifacts? What characters do you think it will be good on? Do you think my suggestions of Fischl and Zhongli utilizing these artifact sets make sense? Anyway, thanks for watching. As always, I appreciate every single one of you. This is I Went to Lose, signing out.